Welcome to Bash's Breakdowns. I'm your host, Bash Watson. Now, there's a lot of position battles going on in college football heading into the 2025 season, so let's talk about them.
He wants to be great, but the players see that, and it's not a facade. It's not like I'm not trying to be this person. I want to be great, and I want to be a great teammate, most importantly.
That was Michigan head coach Sharon Moore talking about true freshman quarterback Bryce Underwood. Now, there will be a quarterback battle taking place this Wednesday, July 30th, for that QB1 position, but I personally believe that Bryce Underwood should be the starter this season, especially when you think about the guys who are the other options, right? There's 6 guys on this depth chart that are all trying to fight for that quarterback starting position this upcoming football season, but I personally believe that it will be Bryce Underwood. Just when you consider the options, and also when you consider the fact that Bryce Underwood was the 2025 class #1 recruit in the country, and I believe that he was that for a reason, right? I think he has what it takes to lead this team, and I think he's ready to lead this team to some degree at least. Now, with that comes a lot of expectations, right? You play for a team like Michigan. A lot of people doubt him in the sense that he's a freshman, he's a teenager, he has to go up against Ohio State, and you have to be Ohio State if you're going to play for Michigan, right? You're going to be the quarterback, you're going to lead the team. They're all counting on you, right? So I think a lot of people do have doubt in him in that sense, but when you look at the other guys who could be the starter this upcoming season, you got guys like Mikey Keene, who came from Fresno State. You got a fifth-year guy in Jay Garcia from Eastern Carolina, who was a late summer addition to the team. Then you got guys like Davis Warren, who was the starter last season, but he tore his ACL. He more than likely won't be ready for the season, let alone training camp. And then you also got guys like Jaden Davis, who is a sophomore, who he played in the spring game, but I don't think he's going to be the starter this year. And then you also got another true freshman in Chase Herbstreit, right? So when you put all that together, your best option more than likely will be Bryce Underwood. But I think that, Sharon Moore is saying that he won't start Bryce Underwood, or at least that he doesn't have the position right away, that there will be a battle. I think that could be, something that he's saying to kind of light that fire under Bryce Underwood, to really keep him on his grind, keep him on his toes. But I do believe that he will be starting this season for the Michigan Wolverines by far. There's a battle in the secondary going on in Wyoming. Head coach Jay Sovell picked up 6 transfers between the cornerback and safety positions.
And I don't think we covered deep balls as well as what I'd like. So we've got a lot of work to do in that area of the game, of putting it on, the receiver in those spots.
All 5 DB positions are open and ready for the taking this training camp for Wyoming. So they got a lot of guys who left. They got a lot of guys coming in, and it's going to be a battle for all positions, right? From nickelback to safety to DB or cornerback. So everybody's competing for that position, and there's a lot of guys, right? So you got Wyatt Eckler, who left due to graduation. Isaac White is another one of those guys who left for graduation. Then you got starting cornerback Kenny Parks and nickelback Rook Brown, who entered the transfer portal. Then you got guys coming in like safety Desmond Hearns, who is coming from Southern Illinois, Jaden DeCosta from Portland State, and then Justin Taylor from Wisconsin, Brooklyn Cheek from Cal. Andrew Johnson, he will be returning this season, so that's somebody that will be senior in the room and more likely lead this DB room. I would say he more than likely has a solidified position on this defense already as a starter position, but it is training camp and everybody is fighting for positions, so you really never know. At cornerback, you got Ian Bell, who should have a clear path to start. He is a junior, so we'll see what happens with him. But then you also got transfers like B.J. Inman. You got Danzis Miller, who also brings some experience to this competition and brings some experience to these positions. You got redshirt freshman in Marquis Grant. You got Tyrese Boss. You got Tyson Dean. So all these guys are fighting for an opportunity to start this upcoming season. So this training camp will be a battle for all these guys. Like I said, Andrew Johnson, he's a senior and he's returning. So more than likely he already has a solidified spot on this team. But it will be a pretty competitive training camp for Wyoming, to say the least. Over by Beaver Stadium, Khalil Dinkins and Luke Reynolds are going to be battling it out for that tight end 1 position now that star tight end Tyler Warren is on the Colts. Right? So, as of now, these 2 are the ones who seem to be the standout guys, but there are a couple other guys that's battling for that position as well. And you have a vet in Khalil Dinkins and a standout sophomore in Luke Reynolds. So it's going to be a battle. It really is. And then you got their offensive coordinator who's still pretty new, Andy Kotelnicki, who this is his second season with the team. But he likes to throw that ball deep sometimes, and he likes to throw the ball just in general. And he's also a creative offensive coordinator, because I remember last season he had quarterback Drew Aller line up at the wide receiver position, which was different, right? And it throws the defense off, and he gets into that creative mindset, which I actually like to see from him. And so it's going to be a battle. It really is, and I think this is one of the harder positions as far as battles go in college football right now, just because of how stacked this tight end room is. But it's gonna be a fun training season. It's gonna be a fun season for Penn State, and they're all gonna get reps this season. It really just depends on who's gonna be that tight end one, right? Who's gonna get that starting position for this team. So it's gonna be a battle this training camp, that's for sure. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and follow me on social media to see when the next episode will be dropping.